Good morning, you guys. So I'm Norhan. Thank you, Dr. Kim. And my topic is about the power of positivity. So before we get started, I just want you to picture something that makes you really happy. It could be anything. It could be your favorite food, a certain ex-boy bander, or even just a basket full of kittens. Whatever it is, that thing that makes you happy is not trivial. It's super important because it's doing wonders for both your mental and physical health. In fact, there's quite a bit of evidence that suggests that happier people live longer. A long time ago, they did this study where a group of nuns was taken and they made them write about their lives. And then later on, they kind of read these autobiographies and rated them for emotional content. And it turned out that the nuns that expressed more positive emotion lived up to 10 years longer than other nuns. That's an entire decade. That's a long time. So how is that possible? What are our positive emotions doing for us? How can they possibly be increasing our lifespan? To answer this question, we kind of have to think about the effects of positive emotions. And one of the major effects of positive emotions is that it changes the way we look at things. It completely changes our perspective. In one study, they brought in participants into the lab and they split them up into these groups, and what they made them do was watch videos, either a video that made them feel really happy, a video that made them feel really sad, or a video that made them feel just no emotion. And then they showed them an image and two comparisons, and they asked them which comparison they thought was more similar to the original. And there wasn't really any right or wrong answer. But if this was the original image, then one of the comparisons was more similar in detail, so kind of how like squares, and the other comparison was more similar in global configuration, so it had this same triangular layout. And what they found was that participants who felt happier, the ones in the positive emotion condition, tended to choose the comparison that was more similar globally. In other words, the happier people paid less attention to the details of the situation and more attention to kind of the bigger picture, which is really cool. And if you take two people, one person that's really happy and one person that's kind of sad or just feeling nothing at all, and you ask them to write down all the things that they want to do later on in the day or maybe the next day, you'll actually find that the person that's feeling much happier will come up with a significantly greater number of action possibilities than the person that's feeling sad or maybe no emotion at all. And what this is saying again is that by being happy, you're actually broadening your perspective and you're allowing yourself to see all these possibilities that you may be missing out on if you're kind of sad or just feeling nothing at all. So while you're kind of in this broadened mindset when you're really, really happy, what you're doing is you're opening yourself up to acquiring new ideas, new skills, and new social relationships. And these are all resources that can help you later on in your life when you're feeling not so happy maybe. For instance, if you're really, really sad, maybe you find comfort in a friend that you made while you were happy. Or maybe if you're stressed out, you find comfort in this new skill that you made of being able to look at the bigger picture. And in this sense, positive emotions are extremely adaptive because they're equipping you for being able to survive and deal with when you're not so happy and get through those hard times. So in addition to being really great for your mental health, positive emotions are super great for your physical health. What they can do is they can actually counteract the physical effects created by negative emotions. So things like anxiety, stress, or even grief, all of those things can be damaging to your heart. They can promote heart disease and kind of damage the walls of your arteries. And so what positive emotions do is they reduce that risk of heart disease. And in one study, what they did was they brought in a bunch of participants and they made them super anxious by telling them, okay, you have to present in front of a group of your peers and you're going to be judged. Surprise, surprise. It's super terrible. So after that worst case scenario, they felt really, really anxious. And then they took all those participants and they split them off again into groups where they made them see either a video that made them feel really happy, a video that made them feel sad, or a video that made them feel no emotion at all. And once they'd done that, they kind of measured how long it would take them to recover from that heightened negative cardiovascular activity level to a normal baseline level. And what they found was that participants in the positive emotion groups, like contentment or amusement, actually recovered much faster than participants who felt no emotions or participants that felt negative emotions. And that's super cool. It means that our positive emotions are actually undoing any sort of lingering effects that our negative emotions are creating. And just by being happy, you're actually improving your health. So yeah, the happier nuns did live longer because they were happier. Hopefully by now you can see that because they were happier, they probably decreased the risk of any cardiovascular damage. They probably acquired all of these skills and friendships that assisted them and helped them live longer and healthier lives. But what does this mean? Am I trying to advocate for you to go and become a nun? That's not really where I'm trying to get at with this. What I want for you to do is I want you to think about the way you think about happiness. A lot of the time, we have this tendency to place happiness kind of as an end goal to our success, or we make our success a prerequisite to our happiness, in other words. We're all guilty of saying things like, I'll go out with my friends after I finish all my finals, or I'll go out and celebrate if I get the job. But by simply allowing yourself to be happy and experience positive emotions in the moment, you're actually opening yourself up, and you're allowing yourself to acquire new skills. And in turn, those skills can lead you to success, and hopefully that success leads you to more happiness. And this creates a beautiful cycle of you being happy and successful and happy, and hopefully that'll make you guys all just as happy as you are successful, and that'll make me really happy. So thank you very much.